people are still pissed that Xbox is not winning.
For
It's
real.
like it's like an underground prejudice. It's
Yeah.
like originally it's like the fans are pissed and the journalists are all pissed. So like
Yeah.
they're right now they have to pay lip service to PlayStation because they're in front. So it's like okay, so we can't, we have to say, we have to talk about this and we have to talk about that because they are in front.
And they
But
do
like
it
secretly,
begrudgingly.
they're right, they do it begrudgingly and secretly they look for anything to turn on PlayStation. Case in point, next month, March, Xbox is getting its update that's going to allow screenshots. Oh my God, it's March 2015. These consoles came out November 2013.
And now they're
Place
on.
and Xbox is now getting screenshots.
Oh,
PlayStation 4 launched with it. But okay, no problem. Nobody talks about this, by the way.
right. No one
No
talks
one
about
says it.
the obvious like lack in the
Exactly.
Xbox camp
No, because
because PlayStation.
because PlayStation. So we get it. We're finally getting this stupid update, right? What's one of the first articles about it I read is, oh, how okay, so it's come out. The update's come out, and this is how Xbox shares its screenshots compared to PlayStation. The first article is how Xbox screenshots are better than PlayStation screenshots because they use the PNG format and PlayStation uses JPEG.
Oh
And it's
my
like,
god.
well, and there's all these different methods, and like PlayStation compresses the JPEGs, so if you're posted to Twitter, it's not gonna look as good as if you do the workaround where you send a message to somebody and then you get it through the PlayStation app or blah blah blah. And the Xbox One screenshots are actually better and better quality overall. It's like, are you seriously?
It's a screenshot of a game.
Exactly, it's a screenshot of a game, and on top of that, you're talking about a screenshot of a game that's running at 900p, a resolution that no one knew existed until the Xbox One came out.
I know.
When PlayStation games mostly are at 1080p,
Yeah.
and it's like, but that doesn't matter because we're not
No,
gonna
no,
talk about that. We're
no,
gonna talk
we
about
no.
how they
Yeah.
use a superior format of screenshot.
That's
Like,
so
are you
stupid.
serious?
It's so stupid to think that that's a debate.
Exactly, but because they're so desperate to say something positive about Xbox
Yeah.
and something negative about PlayStation, it's like it's got to be something. We got to well, they got better screenshots than them. Yeah.
It's just ugh.
That's what we need to talk about. That's what we need to
Yeah. It's like, oh man, look, PlayStation launched with a voice recorder. Oh, Xbox voice recorder's coming in March, but you know what? It's MP4, man. It's awesome, and PlayStation does
exactly. It's
MP3.
you're right, exactly. It's operating at a higher bit rate.
Yeah.
You know, well,
Ugh.
320 versus 256.
It's just it's like, why do you gotta like they go and they like do the numbers just to come up with, you know, a what, a 10% difference or whatever against PlayStation, and then automatically Xbox does the best because it's the numbers are showing this. It was like, but it's so down dirty technical that
Yeah,
it's like no one cares about that. It's not about that. That's not gaming. That's technical stuff.
exactly. Never mind. Let's talk about sales.
Yeah.
Let's talk about predictions.
Predictions.
But it's
Didn't
like,
they
didn't they
say
say
Lego
that
games
Lego
were
games were
coming out?
coming with no restrictions?
For real.
But it's like, this is the other thing. It's like, okay, so here comes oh, they're talking about because PS4, oh, we haven't had a firmware update in so long, and Xbox gets theirs every month. This is, oh, and then people are starting to go like, oh, PlayStation still doesn't have DLNA. What's going on with that? Blah blah blah
But
blah
the
blah. And it's like,
balls. Wait a minute. As you're saying that, I'm thinking about this. Remember when the infamous PS3 updates?
yeah, this is exactly, and that's what they're saying. Like, wait a minute. It's like all of you jokers were complaining. Oh, the PS4. Like every time I turn on my PS3, there's a new soft firmware update. This is ridiculous. Why do we have to get updates all
Yeah.
the time?
It
Blah
was
blah blah blah
every
blah.
Let's Play. It was every Let's Play. It's like, we're gonna play. I remember there was a couple unnameable people who were doing Let's Plays, and they put the software, and then there was a running gag on their channel, their YouTube channel. It was like, oh, yeah, we don't want to play a PS3 game because it's gonna update and it's gonna take 3 hours, and we only got 50
Yeah.
minutes to shoot a video. And it's like, wait a minute. But now those same jokers are complaining that PlayStation doesn't get enough updates.
Yes. It's so ridiculous. And remember, back in those days, Xbox used to get a dashboard update like once every 6 months.
Yeah, not even.
They
It
were
was like
fine with
once
that
a
now.
year they would like change something. And
But
it was
but
minimum.
now PlayStation doesn't do enough updates, and Xbox One gets them regularly every month, and that's just better. It's like, what the hell? But then at least someone there pointed out, he's like, yeah, well, but remember, like the first few months of Xbox updates were essentially just to get it up and running because the system was so broken.
Yeah.
That, and which is true. Like no one remembers this. Don't
No one.
forget
No,
that
no.
like the first 5 months of Xbox One after launch was just fixing problems
Yeah, I remember that.
because like it couldn't run, certain stuff couldn't work. Um, the Xbox One party system did not work.
Nope.
A lot of stuff didn't work
No,
with
nobody
it.
talks about that.
But no, we're not gonna talk about that
No, no.
because because it's Xbox and we don't want to talk about, we don't want to make them look bad. It's so
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, and Sunset Overdrive is not a copy of Infamous at all. It's just
No. Well,
no.
Sunset Overdrive
No.
Is like an on rails like version of Katy Perry's California Girls music video. That's what it looks like.
Jesus.
Insomniac should be ashamed.
Should a shame. But yeah, but it's like no one notices. Like no one remembers. No one goes back and says except that one John Doe on the chats. But like there's like very few of those people who actually go back and listen and listen to like the past and have their voice listen or heard, about like stuff like that. Like it's like Xbox. The updates that the first few updates at launch were to just get the system up and running while PlayStation was ready to go.
Yeah, it was ready to go. Stuff worked, and we weren't having problems.
And what about all that huge thing about the DRM on Xbox wouldn't let you connect to it doesn't let you play the games unless you connect to the internet
It
and all that
didn't,
crap.
and that's why they had to have all those firmware updates to unlock, to like remove some of that stuff or deactivate it or whatever. And then of course there was the whole Kinect debacle.
Yeah,
because Kinect was on all the time and nobody wanted to use it but you couldn't, you had to because the system wouldn't work without it. And then guess what? Eventually they just dropped it due to heavy claims. So they got rid of it, and now like you can't buy Kinect with Xbox anymore.
No, you can't. It's a relic.
And then that's how they did the $100 price drop.
Yeah. No, then everybody's like, they dropped $100, man. Sony should do the same. Sony never came with the camera.
No. Right, this is the thing. Like, they were $100 more expensive. They dropped $100. Then they dropped an additional $50.
Right.
All in a span of a year, they dropped $150.
Wow.
I was like, even the 3DS didn't have a price drop like that.
No.
And it's like, and they still aren't ahead in console sales.
Yeah, but yet again,
we got to talk about Xbox. It's like, okay, what's there to talk about? Nothing's come out for Xbox since Sunset Overdrive in like November or December.
That's the only game that I can think of right now. Oh yeah, that and
well, the Master Chief Collection came out, but that mess is still not working. It's still being patched.
Oh my god.
Because the online does not work. And I'm talking like I read this on a comment section from someone who owns the game. They're like, it's still buggy as hell. Like the online doesn't work, and some of the single players still got glitches. But they're trying to. They even canceled the beta for the patch that they were doing.
Oh my god.
Who beta tests a patch though?
I don't know. It's so stupid. Yet Square Enix still insists to put Final Fantasy games on the freaking Xbox One.
Yeah, of course.
What kind of drugs are they freaking taking, man?
There's something going on with Square Enix and Xbox One, man, because that's why Tomb Raider is exclusive to them. Like, well, Square Enix I think just needed the money. They just wanted the money to keep the lights on because they've been working on 15 for so daggone long.
They've been working on 15 for almost.
It's 9 years.
9 years.
It was announced in 2006.
Oh my.
At E3.
Oh yeah, but nobody talks about that.
No, 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 no.
No, no, no,
But
no. Because right now we're more focused on JPEG versus
versus NPG, yeah.
NVG. Yeah. No, don't forget forget
PNG,
about
sorry.
PNG. Right. Forget about forget about the 9-year development cycle of one game, and just focus on Xbox taking PNG and PS4 doing old school JPEG, which
Oh
messes up
yeah.
the
Oh,
image. Like
it's clearly it's like
that's clearly the debate of the year. That's gonna
obviously.
that's gonna make or break my decision to purchase a PS4. It's like, come on, man, so stupid, man. It's like, yeah, but people buy into like, oh, Dissidia, oh, coming out, Dissidia's coming for the arcades, man. Oh my god, I can't wait to
Yeah,
go
yeah, let's
back.
talk about that. It's like coming for the arcades, man. It's like people need to be pissed because
Yeah,
it was the PSP that made that game,
I know.
and the PSP community that kept it alive after. It's like they've only released two Dissidia games,
Hmm.
Dissidia and then Duodecium, which is so stupid.
Dewey.
But it's like the PSP community kept that game alive. We're the ones, well, I can't say we because I didn't own a PSP, but they were the ones who popularized it and kept it relevant in the minds of people who never played it, so that people now know Dissidia when they see it.
Yeah,
And now, guess what? How do you reward those people? Here, have an arcade game
yeah,
in in Japan only, where we're never because you're never gonna see it unless you come to our country.
right, yeah, yeah. Like it's like, come play it while somebody stands next to you with the Dragon Ball Heroes card game.
For real.
You know, it's like, come outside so that you can play this game. When all these years we've been telling you that arcades are dead, but now they're not because they're cool.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. I was like, what the hell are they doing making no arcade games?
Well, in Japan it's different. The arcade scene is like has a certain amount of popularity, and it's not a cult following. It's like arcades are like very popular, more popular than they ever were here. In America, arcades are freaking dead, and
Oh yeah, they don't exist.
you can thank
Consoles.
Japanese consoles because they purposely wanted to kill. Man, you cannot go anywhere. You go to freaking like Grand Prix Racerama, and the arcade lines are like they not as they used to be. There's like maybe one little kid trying to play Street Fighter 4 on the arcade, and that's it. And then not only that, but you can't find anything new. They're all dead. So if you are a fan of arcades, you're playing at home, and this Dissidia is not gonna ever gonna see the light of day anywhere because no one's gonna buy it and no one's gonna like hold it in their store. Like if I had a sandwich shop, I would put it in there, but who's
But
gonna
see,
play
like,
it? Nobody.
no one's right. No one's gonna. And this is the thing. It's 3-on-3, and that's what I'm thinking to myself. I was like, how do you expect people to play this? Like, well, I mean, in Japan, maybe that'll work.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
you'll
would work.
get enough. Maybe you get 6 people to stand up at an arcade cabinet and play a game. That's never gonna happen anywhere else. So
Yeah.
so even if you port this game to consoles, what in God's name are you gonna do with a 3v3 game?
Oh god, Dragon Ball. Like that
It's gonna be
dreadful Dragon
terrible.
Ball game that came out.
Oh God, I mean, like Square Enix just don't know what they're doing. Although the only thing I'll give them is that how much time we got.
You got like 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes. The only thing I'll give them is that
Actually,
the
one.
15 demo is supposed to be coming out. We got 1 month to go.
Supposedly. Wait a minute.
We got 1 month to go.
I'll tell
Less
you. I know that game's never coming out, man. That game's never coming out. I'm sorry. It is never gonna see the light of day. You're never gonna be able. Just like it'll be more likely that I go to the grocery store and see a stand-up arcade unit for Dissidia than I see you playing Final Fantasy 15. It's never coming out.
Well, dang.
That's it's never coming out. There's nothing that you can say to prove to me unless I see a hands-on video coming from you of that demo. Even if they let you like copy it and record
Well, I will do that as soon as I get it. So hopefully that'll come out on March 17th.